This man is diabolical. This man is unorthodox. This man is truly a champion.
I just heard you, man. Anywhere, any place, against anybody, just like Eric Embry did. What about me right now?
What about it? Why not? Contender. I said worthy contender. You mean the former champion's not worthy?
You just said anywhere, anybody, any place, anytime. You won't do it?
Oh, Eric Embry's grabbed Cactus Jack Manson, slammed his head into the post. This is incredible. This is wait a minute now. Oh no, he's going after Akbar. There's the penalty box. He's got Akbar. He's inside the penalty box. Oh no, Akbar inside the penalty box. He's locked the penalty box. Incredible, incredible. Akbar pinned inside the penalty box. He can't get out. Eric Embry has thrown Cactus Jack into the ring. We've got a match. We've got a match right here. Eric Embry all over this light heavyweight champion of the world, Cactus Jack Manson, and we have got a match in the ring. No referee, no nothing. Incredible. Here comes the referee now. Rocco Lubitsch coming up from the back, over the top, milking. This is incredible. Manson out on the floor. Embry heading for the penalty box. Look at the look in his eyes. Oh no. He sees it. He's got Akbar just where he wants him. Embry's going to the penalty box. Akbar like a trapped animal in a cage. He's got him where he wants him. This could be it. This could be it. Embry's not waiting for Friday night. He's not going to wait for Friday in the penalty box match. He's going to get Akbar inside the penalty box right now.
And the bell rings and we're underway. Cactus Jack Manson, the last guy in the world you figure would be a heavyweight champion. You know, they raised the weight limit. It used to be down at something like 230 and a half. They've raised it, and that makes more people eligible. The big guys still aren't eligible, but some of the middleweights are. Referee stance in the center of the ring, backs over against the right side ring rope as you watch here on Channel 11. Manson with a blow. Eric comes right back out. Big drop back out. Manson goes to the floor the hard way. Don't forget now, the $50,000 bounty is still around the neck of Eric Embry, and it also includes hair now. Someone can get that hair off his head by pulling it, shearing it, or cutting it with scissors, or any other way. And they can cash in on Akbar's money. They tell me this Akbar is making a fortune. He's got the Botswana beast farmed out to one of the countries overseas for 4 weeks, and they tell me that Akbar is going to make about 40 grand off that deal alone. Akbar is so confident about the way he is seizing control here that he's taking advantage of his great stable of talent and sending it out here and there on temporary assignments. What do you want?
Got you to control these crude and rude, these people, I can't believe it. And I can tell you right now, I said before, Mark Lawrence, that Cactus Jack was not a closet champion. He will defend this title against everybody. And Eric Embry is lucky because he is not a worthy contender. We've beat him too many times. But just wait and watch and see Cactus Jack retain this coveted light heavyweight title.
Cactus Jack out on the floor. Eric Embry right out to throw him back in the ring. And here we go again. It was Akbar agitating the other night. Look at Embry go. With Jimmy Jack Funk, and it finally got so bad and so slanderous against Texas and the United States that Funk said, I've heard enough of this. And the resulting consequences were most pleasing to the fans. Eric Embry and Cactus Jack Manson for the World Light Heavyweight Wrestling title. The match has an hour time limit, so we should have all the time that we need here. And going for Eric Embry here. Eric, the guy who seems to be able to come back, bounce back from just about any physical bit of punishment he's handed. That is one of the reasons that Akbar has added this $50,000 stipulation onto the hair, because he figures maybe since the physical stuff doesn't seem to stop Eric, maybe the psychological will. Figures if he can embarrass him or humiliate him, he can do some good there. Out to the floor goes Eric Embry as Cactus Jack Manson continues. Now there he goes there. He's got him. Cactus Jack has got him, hooking the arm over the head. What's going to happen? Who's going to go over here? Oh, right down they go. Out on the floor, Bronco Lubitsch with the count. Eric knows they're counting and throws him back in before they get to 20. Some of the fans caught on to that. Here's one, here's two. We're located on the corner of Industrial and Cadiz, just below the Union Arena. Take the Industrial Boulevard exit off of I-35, which is the good old Stemmons Freeway. If you're coming from the east, I think it's Industrial Boulevard exit that you take as well. Same thing from the west, I-30. As soon as you cross the river, you come down the hill there and you're almost there. The Sportator Mandalas will start at 8 o'clock every Friday. Taping sessions are free on Saturday morning, but the really great matches, the great pairings, the great confrontations, such as Brick House and Iceman in a Texas death match, such as the World Tag Team title, Kevin and Kerry against the Smollins, take place on Friday nights. Be with us this week and every week. Eric still fighting back. A great and emotion-packed bout here for this crowd. Cactus Jack Manson, the always unpredictable, always dangerous, even mysterious individual. We're seeing his match here with Eric Embry. We're right with you here as Eric has got Manson, but Manson throws him into a rope on the reversal. Eric gets underneath, rebound, back into the elbow. And Eric hits out on the floor, and he hits hard. Manson right out there with it. Cactus Jack picks him up to throw him back in the ring. He's not going to throw him in the ring. He picks him up, drops him on the floor. Manson now getting back in the ring, or is he? Look out! Look out! Oh, my goodness! He drops an elbow out on Embry on the floor, and that floor doesn't give. Eric is not going to be able to continue, folks, as Cactus Jack Manson dropped a 255-pound elbow on Eric Embry on the floor, and he does it again. Good night, Irene. This is horrible. There's no way that Eric Embry is going to be able to continue. I almost wish Bronco would just ring the bell. This may be another attempt at the 50 grand. 1, 2, and it is... No! No! I'm stunned. I was ready to count him out myself, and he kicked out. Surprise! Manson protesting with the referee, and Eric Embry has beaten all the odds again. And is Akbar hot? Get a shot of Akbar if we can. Eric Embry has beaten all the odds again, and I apologize for selling him short. But now in an angry rage, Akbar has called in Gorgeous Gary. Akbar the ring himself. More bedlam, more mayhem, more revenge. I was just about ready to pitch to a Jeff Jarrett video, but we're going to stay here. They've set Eric Embry in the chair, and they have brought the scissors out.
still responding to the state flag of Texas. But here's a man here who wants to help stem the tide. Another Brickhouse Brown. The troops are rallying. They've been sent on a. They've been dispersed, Mark. The solid front isn't there. I'm going to tell you that. Devastation Incorporated right now. I'm not saying they're going to have an easy time, but the solid front is not there right now. But men like Jimmy Jack Funk right there are making a stand and working at it. And these are the people that we're going to have to depend on, because no matter how many cards and letters they send, Mark, I can't change the rules.
Here comes Manson in from behind on Jimmy Jack Funk, still in the corner with the drive. Akbar over here hollering at Frank. The bell is sounded. The match is officially underway. Frank, one of the first things we need to mention this week is where fans can get tickets for Wrestling Star Wars in Fort Worth, March the 12th.
We sure can, Mark. March the 12th, 7:30, Will Rogers Coliseum. Tickets are on sale right now at the ticket. Whoa! Manson head first, face first into the turnbuckle. Atomic drop, and Cactus Jack hasn't even got his jacket off yet. Clothesline, and Cactus Jack Manson down. He's not even out of his jacket yet, and he's already running for the exit. Holy goodness. These two are going to meet again Friday night, Mark. Part of that big match. Big card here at the Sportatorium. These people are rowdy early. Good gracious.
Akbar to the rescue of Cactus Jack.
We were talking about tickets for Fort Worth. They're on sale at the Central Ticket Sales Agency across the Tarrant County Convention Center. It's open daily 9 to 4 and Sundays 10 to 3. And they're also available, Mark, at all Ticketron outlets in the Fort Worth area only, including all Foley stores. That's what the Hewlin Mall, the North Richmond Hills Mall, and the Six Flags Mall. But only the Ticketron outlets in Fort Worth. You folks in Dallas, be here Friday night because the tickets will be available here at the roll call window in Dallas, or at the advanced ticket window in Dallas Friday night.
Cactus Jack back in the ring to continue with Jimmy Jack Funk. You heard Frank mention tickets available for Wrestling Star Wars at all Ticketron outlets in the greater Fort Worth and Arlington area. Stop by Foley Stores or Central Ticket Office. And for you Dallas folks, stop by the Sportatorium. We'll have choice seats available for you right here Friday night.
Jimmy Jack Funk in control, Mark. Good basic wrestling. You know, you can do all the brawling you want. And Akbar is a master brawler. His army is designed for brawling. But in my opinion, if you're going to stop him, you're going to have to start one step at a time, 1 inch at a time, because every step begins, every journey begins with a single step. And the basic thing in this is, Mark, this is world-class wrestling. And that's just what Jimmy Jack Funk is doing. In spite of the emotions, he's doing what he has to do. You have to you have to begin to stop Akbar by beating his men. And the way to beat them is to out-wrestle them.
Jimmy Jack Funk is a sterling example of a native Texan. Well, I can tell you, if that's the case, everybody should move to Siberia.
It's Jimmy Jack Funk in charge of the armbar tonight. You'll see Beauty and the Beast. You'll see Brickhouse Brown and Chris Adams tag team together. You'll see the Tennessee Stud Stable and much, much more.
It really is, Mark. It's 2 hours of pure excitement on a cold Saturday night here in the Metroplex.
The Funk family, he and his deadbeat brothers, never had enough intelligence to finish any kind of education. And I can tell you this right now about the Funk family, as far as I'm concerned, you know, you could put it where the sun don't shine. That's right. Yeah, that's a native Texan. Ha, ha, ha. Yeah, Siberia is better than Texas.
Jimmy Jack Funk is all over Cactus Jack Manson here, the guy who can flip out on a moment's notice.
And Funk in control, that knee on the tricep, Mark. Good basic, as I talked about wrestling. You see Funk's strategy right here is to take away one of the 5 points of balance, the 2 feet, the 2 legs in the head. And he's taking 2 feet, the 2 legs, the 2 arms in the head. It's a cold Saturday morning.
Here is Jimmy Jack Funk with the wrist over the head. And he pops it across the shoulder.
A second time, it's a pump handle. Funk takes him over top, Mark. A standing arm drag, if you will. I don't know if that one would be seen by one of the amateur coaches in the Olympics, but it sure worked there with Cactus Jack. You know, when you have a man as goofy as Manson, a lot of times it's like a chess match, Mark. If you're playing a chess master and you make a certain move, you anticipate him because he is a master and he is learning of making a certain move in response. Well, in wrestling, it's the same way. If you're wrestling a man who can wrestle and you make a certain move, you're looking for a certain counter. But in Manson's case, you can't always depend on that. And right there was an example of Funk using adaptability. Of course, it's not doing him any good right now as Manson in control.
And I think, Frank, one of the questions I've been having all week long is why is Eric Embry wrestling in Fort Worth if he's barred? That is due to one open contract. You might want to explain that while we're on the air tonight. Manson charges straight into the post.
Holy smoke, nobody at home, and Funk goes out after him. Funk on the floor after him, Mark. He's gone right out, he's on that arm. Just the strategy I said, staying on top of it. Whoa, drove the post. Drove the post into the arm. Jimmy Jack Funk, he's got the arm, he's got it pinned, he's going to slam him on the floor, Mark. He's going to slam him. Funk going to work with that arm. He's going to work with that arm. He's after him, Mark Lorenz.
Manson continuing. Now on Jimmy Jack over in that little restraining rope in front of the ringside area. It's a choke.
I'll tell you, they need to be cognizant of the count. Referee Bronco Lubitz will count both these men out of the ring, Mark. And you see right there, Manson, as goofy as we talk about him, has been schooled in the Akbar School of Wrestling, if you call it that. And he was cognizant of that count. He brought Funk back into the ring.
There's a drive to the midsection by Manson, who has asserted himself in the driver's seat now.
He truly has.
It's a cold day, you know where. Anytime it is not those Texas Punk have a hand of demonstration. I can tell you that right now.
Well, it looks to me like it's a cold day. You know where is Dallas, Texas, because there was a Texan in there doing a little bit. Yeah, you get that out of my face.
Manson now with Jimmy Jack Funk over along the rope with another choke.
Cactus Jack in control, Mark, doing what he does best. That's an unorthodox attack. As you see, it was a choke a minute ago, a boot to the back, a choke again, a bite on the ear, a pound to the back, a kick to the stomach. There is no rhyme or reason to his assault. It's all just, it's like his personality, Mark. It just comes from all different directions.
Manson tried it again and flies through the ropes with Funk moving.
And nobody home. Manson impaled himself on that rope. Funk able to move out of the way. Goodness gracious. Both men hurt. Both men trying to get back to their feet. Manson to his feet first. Moving in. Double arm. No. Boot to the stomach, Mark.
Jimmy Jack Funk had momentum earlier. Then Manson came back. Now it's a struggle between the two.
These two have been at it the better part of 10 minutes. A long, long match. Of course, that's what happens, Mark, when you put two main eventers in the ring like you've got here tonight. You can't put a TV time limit on it. It goes and it will go. Sometimes these matches take 20 and 30 minutes.
Down goes Funk to the clothesline.
I think he's talking to you. Manson back in control, Mark. Got Jimmy Jack Funk setting back down. Setting back down, and I guess that's Akbar's strategy over on the side. What's he giving you a hard time about?
I don't know. He's complaining about the officiating of Bronco Lubitz and the noise of the crowd.
Oh, well. Funk needs to get back to his feet here, Mark. That's just what he's done now. Get the balance, get the leverage off, because Cactus Jack had the balance and the leverage down over top of him, elbows to the stomach.
Funk complaining about hair now as Manson locks up the chin.
Difficult to tell at this picture. Manson hair and beard very long for his Funk as well. And our camera from our vantage angle, our advantage here, Mark, the camera's not able to see it. It was a quick takedown, though.
Bronco Lubitz checking in. This is turning into a sleeper here from Manson, and he's checking to see if Funk is still with us, and he just barely is.
And it's Funk working back to his feet, Mark. Again, that's what he has to do. Funk a wrestler. I think he's working on instinct. A second time, or third to the stomach. The hold is broken, Mark.
Funk using the ropes, back and forth. Look out!
Whoa, Oh, boot to the stomach. Funk thinking he's going over the top. Looked like he was setting for a leapfrog. Caught flush in the stomach with a boot from Cactus Jack. That unorthodox attack that I alluded to earlier, Mark. Once again, the downfall of Jimmy Jackson.
Funk has been thrown out to the floor here. Blanco Lovich will begin the count. Don't forget you've got Beauty the Beast against Brickhouse Brown and Chris Adams. Another great main event tonight.
It truly is. It is a night of main events here on World Class Championship Wrestling. Right?
Funk is rolled back into the ring as Manson comes in after him. And we're going to continue.
Funk in bad shape here. Needs to mount some offense, Mark. He's been on the defense for a little while. Oh! One more time. Funk not at home. Manson charging that corner. He's not learning, Mark. You know, it's one thing to make a mistake, but it's another thing to make the same mistake twice, and that's just what Cactus Jack Manson has done. He's made the same mistake twice, both times, and now Jimmy Jack Funk back on the offense, Mark.
Funk now really beginning to score
what's
some
that
time.
Akbar is up on the corner. Oh, no, I don't like the looks of this. No, Mark.
This may have been another premeditated deal where Akbar had signals ready. Funk is in charge in the ring, but Akbar is called for help. Gorgeous Gary Young hit. So does the Ninja.
Oh, no, Young and Ninja. Funk on caught from behind. Funk trying to get to his feet, Mark. No one here to stem the tide. We talked about devastation incorporated out of control, and now they're pounding Funk. Jimmy Jack Funk being pounded. He's getting a boot to the back from Gary Young. A boot to the throat, and Akbar.
See now that knee is very close to coming right out. And it's obvious here that Jerry Briscoe is not going to concede if he can possibly help it. Jack Briscoe can be seen at the far corner of the ring now, getting set to leave the ring, having suffered injury at the hands of Buddy Cole. Tim Wood substituting for Jack Briscoe in this particular match. Might point out that karate is legal, and the good old American right cross is legal. A packed house at the beautiful Bayfront Center in St. Petersburg. The Florida Tag Team Championship at stake. Dandy Jack had already claimed the title. Eddie Graham said that titles are won and lost in the ring. Four giants of the wrestling world competing now. Jack Briscoe out there against Johnny Valentine. It's Jack Briscoe and Paul Jones against Valentine and Buddy Cole. Briscoe looking in superb condition. Well, Glenn, there we see the man we're talking about, 6 times world heavyweight champion Lou Thesz shaking hands with Johnny Valentine. Valentine has held the U.S. heavyweight championship, the Southern heavyweight championship, one-time co-holder of the World Tag Team Championship. And
vision's blurred. The future's black, forsaken world. No chance in hell, nowhere to turn, yeah. soul, it slowly burns. Oh, no destiny. I feel those walls closing in.